Okay, morning everyone. Welcome to the briefing on Friday the 16th. Look out the window. Another cold, frosty day. It got down to about -5 last night, a bit lower in places. So, yeah, if you like that sort of weather, well, all very nice. But things are definitely on the change, and this is not the last day of the hard frost, but I think maybe one more and then things change. We've got low pressure over Spain and low pressure again over North Scotland, and it's a conflict of the two air masses, with the air coming across France and across the Channel in an easterly direction, and the air coming around here in a westerly direction, a confluence of two air masses. And waiting out on the wings is this quite intense low pressure system, so quite slack air in here in terms of wind on the ground, and even upper winds are going to be fairly light. And then what happens over the course of 24 hours, we can see this moving in, and we go back into a westerly airflow for tomorrow, and then on Sunday the fronts and the low pressure gets to us. And I think that's the big change. Temperature goes way back up above freezing, wet and windy weather for a few days. Okay, so what have we got today? Could have rerun this TAF over the last couple of days, really. The only thing that's slightly different would be the wind direction. Farnborough saying 273 knots. Currently, they're giving absolutely no wind at all. 10k viz. They've popped in few at 4,000 feet. Oh, that's a bit interesting. Not sure there's going to be any cumulus, but we'll see. There might just be mid-level cloud floating about. Slightly reduced visibility first thing in the morning, as it's been on most mornings. And they've given freezing fog, and various places have given freezing fog, but it doesn't appear to be too much evidence of that. But that's not to say when you get a temperature and dew point change that it can suddenly roll in, as they found out on Wednesday, when it rolled in at Lasham, and then reducing visibility towards the end of the day. The METARs currently for Farnborough and Odium, 1 knot light easterly, slightly reduced visibility. Current temperature -7 and dew points -9, so pretty cold most places, between -5 and -6. And Odium -6 as well, and they're just giving a light southwesterly, so the wind will be pretty much all over the place today, I think. Upper winds across the Channel, down across northern France, got an easterly flow, but only 5 knots. Middle of the country, this is sort of around the sort of Northampton area, southwesterly, westerly 10 knots. So anywhere in between, just very, very light. I think over us, possibly more of a westerly drift, but not much. SatPic doesn't really show much at this time of year, principally because it's only been light for about an hour, but you can just pick up some foggy bits across the Midlands and down across Kent. They'll burn off fairly quickly, I think, and this is just showers down through here. Not going to be any influence to us, so nothing much to worry about. Do I think it's going to get above freezing? It barely did yesterday. It might creep up to 0, 1 degree if you're lucky. I think it's going to be pretty cold. Big issue today, obviously, with those sort of temperatures is icing. Yesterday they spent an awful lot of time trying to de-ice the K21s. The moment you bring them out of the hangar, temperature change, ice forms on the airframe. So what do top meteos say about the cloud amounts? Well, that's 9 o'clock. They're showing this bits of fog in the Midlands, that burning away, and a pleasant sunny day with the showers that are currently there at the moment in in the Bristol Channel and running across Wales, staying there all day really. So yeah, nice day, light winds, plenty of sunshine, but bitterly cold. It's down at -7 at Farnborough. It's probably the same at Lasham or similar, and it's barely going to creep above 0 if we're lucky. Fortunately, not very windy, so not a great wind chill problem, but a very pleasant day, good for training. Airspace wise, not really a lot going on. Around the Lasham area, this is just a bit of game bird shooting on the airfield at Odium, and there's something going on at Sandhurst, but that's all well inside the Farnborough airspace. In terms of Lasham, no, nothing particularly going on in our area. And I just thought I'd quickly talk about, there's a Royal flight going out of Kemble today. It's not till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so not an issue for any of us gliding. But if any power pilots are watching this and are trundling past there at that particular time, just be aware there's Royal flight airspace in place from 4 o'clock onwards. Operationally, I think if there's virtually no wind, it'll probably be on 27. I won't be there today, but Sam Cool will be running the airfield. And there's no jet movements that I've seen so far. I've certainly not seen any flight plans filed or anything on Flight Radar 24 that would indicate there's going to be any jet activity. If it is, I'll let Sam know and he'll spread the word. So yeah, probably 27. But the wind could be very light, a couple of knots in any direction really. So just be aware of that. Be aware of the cold, and this afternoon likelihood of misting canopies. Have a nice day, folks.